Thank you, Mary, for speaking. So I think now we're pretty much going to open up the floor to people's questions and comments. Like Ray was saying, police brutality is an issue that affects people across races, classes, cultures. It affects a lot of different people, and I'm sure there are lots of people here that have first-hand experiences with police brutality. So it's Jonathan Michael Harris. I think he's gonna start us off. He has his own story about police brutality that he wants to tell the audience. And then we're going to open up the floor. People will have 2 minutes or less to, ask questions, make statements, whatnot, and we will do our best to answer your questions for you. So, Jonathan.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Jonathan Harris. I'm born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. Got up here in 2008. And the funny thing is that I didn't even have anything on my record until I moved here, and I'm from Detroit. So that says a lot. The reason why I'm here is because of the march that happened on the north side of Broadway. And it was kind of funny because, when you see people move together, you want to be a part of it. So, everybody was marching, and so I didn't know what the march was about. So, I just jumped into the march. No justice, no peace. Prosecute police. So I was just chatting what they were chatting. Didn't actually, didn't know the underlying story of it. I was on a mission, so I jumped out of the march and was heading to do my business. And then I seen everybody gathering in the parking lot. So I said, well, let me find out, what everybody is marching about. And then I come to find out, the story. So the reason why I'm here today, part of the Justice for Terrance committee, is because I've been a victim of police brutality myself. And in 2010, I'm pretty sure, all of us, here from the community, pretty sure you heard about the incidents where there was a young male that got tasered, and he died in 2010 up in North. Okay? Now, during that same week, I got tasered by a police officer. And I was not a threat to a police officer. He had me, he had one cuff behind me. He had me in one handcuff. And, by me being from Detroit, I wasn't aware. Bus police have bus transit. I didn't think they were like the real cops. So therefore, and the officer didn't read me my Miranda rights. So I knew he was in the wrong to put some handcuffs on me in the first place. So I just asked that he follow procedure. And he said if I don't put my other hand behind my back, that he would taser me. I told him I'd defend myself if you go for the taser. I'm not a threat to you right now. So if you go for your taser gun, I'm going to defend myself. And he went for his taser gun and, defended myself, and, he tased me. But the thing was that he tased me in my chest, and they're not supposed to tase your chest. And right now, to this day, for the last 2.5 years, I have not been able to have a peaceful night's of rest like you all are doing. Every night before I go to sleep, in a matter of 60 seconds, my body twitches. I'd say about 30 times in that 60 seconds. And it's a horrible feeling. Been going to the doctor. They saying everything's all right, but now I have to see a lot of specialists to figure out what's going on with me. I found out what it was. I've done the research myself, and what I'm dealing with could be a problem for me in the future. So that's the whole point. Is the police are out here, taking things in their hands, going against the law because they're enforcing law. And as long as we don't stand up and the fight against this, it will continuously happen and get worse. Also, I want y'all to keep in mind that what they're saying about Terrance is that they're saying basically he's Neo from the Matrix. Because in order for, they're on the news, they reported that 2 officers were injured in this situation, and he was in the basement. So in order for 2 cops to get, injured, that means, and me, as far as common sense wise, they must have shot each other. Because how in the world can he, get a gun and be shot in the back of the head 5 times I mean, if someone were to get shot in the head 5 times, they would drop by the second shot. So they had to kill him execution style. So therefore, what happened to Trayvon, we need to make sure it doesn't happen here at home in Minnesota, and we need to make sure that we keep it to the fight and justice for all. One last thing I want to say, everyone thinks this is an epidemic going on here, with police brutality, but it's all over. It's not just, some people are racist. We're not going to say, everybody's racist, but they're attacking everybody. I just joined another organization, and what we do is we go out at night in the clubs, say around 1 o'clock. The police get on the streets and they push everybody off the streets. They're on horses. We got video. They're dropping white women. They're jumping on Asian folks. They're jumping on black people, and they're not even giving them tickets. They're jumping on them, roughing them up a little bit, and then letting them go about their way. So everybody keep their eyes open. God bless. I'm glad everybody's here. And we just ask y'all to stand with us, for justice for our community and for the rest of the country as well after that.